In 1979, I actually swam one of the fastest times in the world. I did not yet break the American record. That came a few years later, but at the time was the best 100-meter backstroker, obviously female, in the world, obviously in the country as well. So although I didn't hold the record, the person who did had retired or was about to retire, so that kind of put me in the position of hopefully having the chance to make the team. 1980, our Olympic trials were out in California, which was great because the weather was, of course, perfect, and a neat place to be able to travel to for an 18-year-old. I was a senior in high school, so I had not yet enrolled here in Carolina, and was looking forward to that. Sort of a little-known fact that I don't know was really published anywhere, but I actually had mono my senior year in high school. One of those things where I think you just do mind over matter if it was too important to kind of just succumb to a sickness like that. So it was difficult. It was, at the time I was 17, and I don't know, now that I have children myself, I don't know that many 17-year-olds understand politics, at least when it comes to something as complicated as that. And I had dedicated my last 4 years of training, had made a lot of sacrifices, as everyone did, that was focusing on making the Olympic team. And then in sort of one quick decision, or so it seems, we weren't going to have the chance to go. So it was very discouraging, heartbreaking. I was confused. I really didn't understand why the decision had been made. However, you also have to understand that people were losing their lives, and we need to take a stand to try and prevent any further loss of lives by really putting pressure on the Soviet Union for the decisions that they had made as far as Afghanistan. So it was, again, one of those, you hate that decision had to be made, but yet, what was our choice really at that point? They were mixed because they actually had announced in January of that year, President Carter had announced the boycott, so we all knew we weren't really going to get the chance to compete. And so it was bittersweet. Having made the team was very exciting, knowing that you are the best, one of the best in the country, and yet, on the other hand, knowing that you weren't actually going to be able to represent your country, be able to stand on the awards platform, be able to race against other people in other countries, and that was the disappointing part. But all in all, knowing that you're one of the best really was very satisfying. It was great because the 4 years in between 1980 and 84, I was swimming for UNC. So college swimming is awesome. I mean, you're swimming for a team, something bigger than yourself, which is always great in a sport like swimming that tends to be very individualized. And so I was able to really focus on enjoying those 4 years, but also training and preparing for 84. Went into the 84 trials again as the American record holder, so things are looking good. Didn't really have it in my mind that, it's just the top two, and even at that, it's like, okay, they're taking two. But got sick before the trials again, this time without as favorable a result as 1980, and unfortunately missed by 1/100th of a second, and that was, again, another sort of devastating blow because I knew there really wasn't another chance. I really couldn't maintain that level of competitiveness for another 4 years, being out of school, needing a job, and so really almost went into a little bit of a depression, trying to figure out my identity at that point. I had been sort of Sue Walsh, the swimmer, for ever and ever, and now I was not. That was hard. I told my son the other day, we were having a discussion about it, and at first I didn't want to watch it. It would be too hard to watch the other women competing, and yet they're actually good friends of mine, and one of them I was really, really pulling for and hoping that she would do well and win the gold because her brother, who was a student here at UNC, a lacrosse player, had been in a car accident, was paralyzed, and so she was swimming for him. And that, again, was another thing that was sort of bigger than me, and I wanted her to do well, but sort of secretly was blowing on the TV, hoping they would go as fast as I had done, just to sort of, in my mind, say, hey, I could have won that gold medal if I had been able to compete. I love it. I really do. I think it is what sports truly is and should be overall, as far as generally speaking, amateurs training and really comparing themselves against everyone all over the world. And they've really made it an entertainment spectacle. I mean, you're really pulled and drawn every day. I wanted to get it home, by 8 o'clock, so I could make sure I didn't miss anything, and really pulled for the athletes who are swimming amazing times. It's just unbelievable how well they have improved over the years. I think we're almost, it was almost a blur. I mean, we were excited to meet the president. How many people actually get to shake the hand of the president? And then here's this man who made the decision that kept us from being able to compete. So it, again, sort of one of those, you're torn with the enormity of the situation, the decision that he had to make, how it impacted us, and yet we're so proud to be Americans and to be able to have the chance to meet the leader of our country and receive those medals. And I agree. I think it would have been even more special to realize what that medal was given to us for. It's not just sort of a fill-in for, if we had really been able to go to the Olympics, some of us would have gotten gold medals. But to know that that was a Congressional Medal of Honor and what that carries with it would have been even more fulfilling. Post receiving it, not really understanding at the time who all the people before us who had been honored with that, and the group of people we are now being included among, really hits home that he did have an understanding of the sacrifices that we made, and that the decision and how it impacted us, that the president really wanted to honor us for that sacrifice that we made.